And welcome back to What If. Not the week of What If, that starts tomorrow. But What If. And this What If, I'm starting off a new What If, so we're starting with this one that comes to us from Mr. Mike 999. Who asked the question, what if Piccolo had stole Gohan at a ride? I remember you, the way you described it. It might be, I might have to just adjust it because I don't remember the exact, I wrote it down, but I don't think I wrote it down 100%. I just wrote the general gist. I believe you asked, what if Piccolo stole Gohan at age 2? Was that it? And he trained him. So, first off, this would imply Piccolo is keeping tabs on Goku, which Goku would know, generally speaking. But let's say at one point Goku slips up and he steals Gohan. So Gohan, I believe, is age 5 when we meet him. So basically, for 3 years, when Raditz shows up, that's how long Piccolo will have to train Gohan. Now, why would he? First off, why would Piccolo do that? Well, Piccolo has always been astute at seeing the potential in individuals and the potential in someone, but also, it would just be revenge on Goku. That would be a pretty solid reason to do it. And if he's Goku's kid, he'll know that he'll have potential. So at some point, Goku's out fishing. Chi-Chi's at home with Gohan, and Piccolo comes in, steals Gohan. Goku senses this, tries to stop him, save him, but he's too late. Can't get to him in time. So now we basically cut to what is going to happen in those 3 years. Well, Goku's just going to be out looking for Gohan throughout the most time. The question is, why wouldn't Kami be able to just help him? And it's why couldn't he just go to Kami? That's a legitimate question you have to ask. Let's assume, though, for a second, that Kami can't find him. Somehow he can't find Piccolo. I was why can't you just use the Dragon Balls? Well, see, you're poking some. See, this is the problem I'm having with this one, Mr. Mike 99 is because 999 is because there's a lot of holes that's poked in. It's why can't they just do this? Why can't they just do that? It's yeah, it's a fair point. But again, if we're just going to try to let this go ahead as such and let him actually hang on to Gohan until Rad shows up, I have to use some loophole logic here. So let's assume that Piccolo has figured out a way to hide from Kami's view. Maybe they're hanging out in some certain forest or caves or something like that. Or something that's Kami, or something that a mystical nature that prevents Kami from seeing them. And Kami's not aware of this. As for the Dragon Balls, let's assume that the dragon for some reason has a limitation that prevents him from just bringing Gohan here. So let's assume those are the reasons for that. Can't give Goku the ability. So Goku probably spends time either both training and looking for his son, because if he's gonna have to take on Piccolo, he's going to really need to be on his game. He's gonna up his training, he's gonna double, triple time his training. So when we cut to Gohan and Rad's, first up, Gohan and Piccolo, when Rad shows up, the first question is, how has that worked? Well, because Gohan is young, he's able to has spent more years of his life with Piccolo than Goku. He still has memories of his mom and dad and still loves his mom and dad, but at the same time, he's now come to grow accustomed to Mr. Piccolo, as he would call him. However, the effect also translates into Piccolo as well, because remember, Piccolo grew to care for Gohan like a son. So that many years with Gohan, he would also see him like his actual son, in the actual reform that happens in Piccolo. So afterwards, and here's the real kicker of it. After a while, Piccolo would probably feel guilt. Piccolo, after a while, feels I care about him. I love him. I actually care about him like he is my actual son. And I took him away from Goku. I took him away from his family. Can he forgive me and all that stuff? So I would imagine that when Radz comes, it gives him an excuse to bring Gohan back to Goku, basically. But let's not get ahead of ourselves here. So, again, basically, the whole survival training happens a little bit. Granted, it's not because he's younger. Piccolo has to take care of him a bit more. But he's able to hone Gohan up a bit more. By the time we get to Radz, he is actually going to be able to fight and not break down in combat. in terms of where his power lies, remember, his power roughly was like 724, something like that. It's like 723 or something like that. Is what the official power rating says about him. And that's before any training at all. He just had innate power like that. So you up that with 3 years of hardcore training, with softcore then hardcore training, with Piccolo, and you're looking at a fighter that's probably, I would imagine. Now, granted, someone even says, "Why are you making Gohan weak?" Well, partly because I've forgotten that particular one. But understand this: he's still young. It's going to take a while for him to even get the grasp of like combat and stuff along those lines. But 3 years, I'd say double that power, 1,500, easy. Doesn't mean also that Piccolo is like getting sloppy and strained out. With someone to train with, someone stronger than Piccolo, and something like that, Piccolo honestly would probably get a solid. Would probably also be like not 1,500 or not 2,000. I'd say Piccolo would probably be around maybe 18. He would be stronger than Gohan because he's just the natural warrior compared to the two of them. Gohan just has the more innate potential, and he would have seen like the rage boost he would get. But let's not slouch on Goku either. Goku would be training his ass off to get his son back. We know Goku's power was around 400 and I don't have the power level readings. I think it's like 416 when it was all said and done. After those years, he went from like 260 to 416. I would say if he's really like putting real training effort, let's cap him off at around 1,000. Let's say that was his weighted training class is around 800, and his power is around 1,000. So when Raditz shows up, no, he immediately sees Piccolo and Gohan again with their powers suppressed. They're probably more like 12 and 1,500 respectively, something like that. To which Rad's like, what? Whoa, he actually here's the thing though. He probably wouldn't go to the strongest power level because the strongest power level would be, technically speaking, the power level is actually the essential reads him like at 1,500, though they say he's 1,200. Let's say he's 1,200. Radz isn't necessarily going to want to mess with someone who's as strong as he is, and he's going to immediately think that's Kakarot. So maybe he'll go there and he'll run into Piccolo. So it's like, what? And Gohan is like, what is this? And then Piccolo is like, who are you? And then they have that exchange, and and now Piccolo's reared his head, and Kami contacts Goku about where Gohan and Piccolo are, because again Piccolo has decided maybe it's time I bring him back to his family. It's like I've made a mistake here, but I care because I care about him. And he contacts Goku. Goku gets on the flying Nimbus, goes in, and now he confronts Piccolo. Finds Gohan. Gohan remembers his dad, like Dad, and but he meets Radz like Kakarot, and then there's just this weird interaction going. It's like Kakarot, Goku, Kakarot, Piccolo, Gohan, Kakarot. Is a Raditz, is a donkey. So yeah, they just see the donkey. What? Donkey. So now there's just this real awkwardness here, and then Rad's like, I have no use for you, but you are strong, boy. Are you a Saiyan? I was like, well, yeah, he is my dad. Like, this is your child, Kakarot? Like, yes, he is. It's like, Gohan. It's like Piccolo. It's like, Piccolo. And then he can sense Piccolo, and even Gohan is stronger than him at this point. It's like, what? I said, how did they get so strong? It's like, he must have trained them. It's like, wait, no, Dad, it's fine. Please. And, now Rad's like, I don't know what to do here. So it's like, you be quiet, boy. He throws a blast, catches Piccolo and Gohan off guard. So they get pushed. It's like, bro, it's like, what are you doing? And Radz tries to explain his scenario and blah, 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 blah. Goku's not buying it. But this time where Radz initially got that upper hand and just, beat the crap out of Goku. Goku catches Radz. It's like, no, and then boom. Naturally speaking, I think Goku's just the better fighter than Radz. When we saw Radz fight, yeah, he knew how to fight, but it was a bit more of like a martial artist brawl, kind of like Caulifla a little bit. It was a bit more of a brawler style fighting, whereas Goku had actual technique. So you pump that up to someone who is not as strong as Radz, but is about 2/3 as strong as Radz. That's someone who could easily block and catch him, and then actually deliver a solid punch to him and just knock him back. So now it's Goku and Radz are facing off a little bit, and it's getting pretty, but Goku's on the losing side. But then Gohan comes just boom, smacks into him. Gets a nice just roundhouse kick on his leg or his face, and just what? It's like, leave my dad alone. And then he gets into a fight. He says like, go on. It's like, yeah, I'm here, Dad. And then even Piccolo comes in and just like, I'm here too. It's like, what? We're teaming. You stole my son. What's going on here? It's like, yeah, I'm sorry about that. And then it's like, what? It's like, can we talk about this later? Yeah, okay. And then, they take off the weighting training clothes, and everyone's at full power. Ergo, by the way, by the by, Gohan's outfit would pretty much be Piccolo's outfit. Remember, Gohan was wearing basically a Piccolo-esque outfit for the longest time. That's basically it. It wasn't until really, it wasn't until the Saiyaman saga he changed his outfit. And then, the Buddha saga took on Goku's outfit and wore that outfit. Honestly, I liked Piccolo's outfit better on him. I think it just looked like it was just a better outfit on him. I honestly just like Piccolo's outfit more than I like Goku's outfit, but I like Piccolo's better. It just looks more simplified. Of course, Piccolo's weighted training clothes are not underneath his shirt either. Or his gi either. It's his cape and stuff. So, and they come and they just basically beat the ever-loving crap out of Raditz. Goku's powers Goku's actually the weakest here, but Goku is still 1,000, so he's not that much weaker than Raditz. Even if Raditz goes to full power, which hypothetically may be 1,500, Goku would still put up a solid fight. Gohan's equal to Raditz, and Piccolo's stronger than Raditz. So ultimately, and then Goku just charges Kamehameha, which we saw like quadrupled, not quadrupled, it like more than doubled his powers. So, he goes in like 2,000 and just blasts and just hits Raditz. Raditz is just there, and he's bleeding, he's burnt, he's dying. And it's like, and then that's basically how that goes. He dies. Now, do Vegeta and Raditz show up? Or Nappa show up? Yes, because he still had the scouter on. The thing was still on throughout that entire fight. So they heard that Kakarot's there. They heard Raditz die. So they were figuring, and they can hear it over the intercom. It apparently didn't get destroyed, or the thing, that yes, they're going to come in about a year, things along those lines. So that's taken care of. The gang shows back up, and now it's like Piccolo's there, and Piccolo's now kind of feeling the awkward again. 3 years of raising Gohan. Hell, after 1 year raising Gohan, he was feeling a lot more parental towards him. Like it was more his kid now. It's like he felt a responsibility and a caring for this child. 3 years with him, actually raising him even younger, like actually as a baby and actually as a son. Yeah, that's he's pretty much gonna be close enough to what we see with normal Piccolo most of the time than at least Dragon Ball Z Piccolo, than let alone Super, who was actually helping raising Pan. It's like, yeah, no, I like this kid. I like Gohan is like my son. So he kind of he explains himself, and he's like, look, he's like, yes, I took him. I raised him. I was going to use him against you, Goku. But something changed. And it's like, and Gohan says, like, yeah, it's true, Dad. He treated me good. He treated me like he would. He treated me like I was his son. And then, and Gohan's just looking at Goku's just looking, he's like, Then he just walks up to Piccolo. And, just stares at him. And just, boom, smacks him right in the face. It's like, oh, it's like, yeah. It's like, then he walks up. And just holds out his hand. Now we're even. Because I can see Goku do it. Goku would be, you stole his kid, man. It's Goku, but you stole his kid. For 3 years, you stole his kid. No matter how nice of a guy Goku is and forgiving of Goku is, that would seem in Goku's character to take a legitimate, like, just boom shot at the guy. It's like, we're even. And then Piccolo just kind of like gives a little bit of smile. Like, yeah, I guess I had that coming. But there's one more thing, Piccolo. It's like, what? You're going to explain this to Chi-Chi. And even Piccolo remembers Chi-Chi from the tournament. It's like, you mean the woman who yep. It's like, yeah, it's like, come on. If you're going to be if you're going to make friends and be friends, you're going to have to get friends. Like, so now he meets, and Chi-Chi's just giving them just a fiery demon tiger Mongol. And even Piccolo, who's pretty much the strongest person on the planet right now, is just like, it's like, you ever do that again? I'll do this. yes, ma'am. I was like, no, that's done. You want to join us for dinner, Piccolo? I was like, well, fine. You did do a good job. It's like, oh, you've grown up. I can go on. I was like, yeah, Mom, I've gotten really strong. You're not going to be a fighter like your father, though. You're going to be training in books. Like, oh, God. It's like, yeah, no, she's much, but I love her. So, but now we raise the question of what's going to happen with the Saiyan training? Well, first off, is Gohan going to be joining them for the Saiyans, for Vegeta and Nappa, because he's back at home. He's going to be hitting the books. And again, with Goku being there and explaining the situation and explaining how Gohan's actually stronger than him now, right now, and she's like, what? Wait, what? It's like, yeah, it's like you can kind of sense power levels, honey. It's so he powers up and Gohan powers up. It's like, oh my God, he's like almost he's so much stronger than you. It's like, what? It's like, yeah, I know you don't like it, but we are gonna need Gohan for this. I mean, he's pretty much the second strongest guy on the planet. So second, yeah, Piccolo's even stronger than me now. Don't think that's gonna last much longer there, buddy. He's like, oh, we'll see there, Goku. We'll see. So yeah, so I always believe that if Goku is there and can explain the urgency of the scenario and the situation, that he can reach some sort of middle ground with Chi-Chi. He's like, she doesn't want Gohan to be fighting. He's only 5, but at the same time, yeah. But at the same time, also, he just got home after 3 years of being gone. So spend a little time with the family. So they agree that Gohan's still going to study, but he can still train with them and help increase his fighting power for the Saiyans. So how is it going to work? Well, I believe Goku, Piccolo, and Gohan will be training together. And everyone will be training up at Kami's Lookout. So their power is going to stay pretty much the same in this case. So everyone's going to be right around the power level they're going to be. Piccolo, Goku, and Gohan, though, are going to be training together for a full year. Now, Gohan's going to be like maybe 50% of the time because he's going to be spending some of his time training. So probably like every other day is going to be a training day and then a study day for him. So about half the time he's going to be studying. So if I were to say what is like between training with Goku and Piccolo full time would be and cut that in half, that's pretty much where we're going to put Gohan's power. I would imagine with 2 of them there, and Goku would probably be progressing quicker than either of them, because he's the weakest and therefore he has the most to gain from it. So where would you put Gohan? Well, if I were to put him with Goku and Piccolo there, I would say, honestly, 5,000 I don't think is out of the realm of possibility with Gohan. But that's if he had the full amount of time to train with them, going hardcore balls to the wall. Unfortunately, that's not the case. So cut that in half, though, and we'll put Gohan at a reasonable, so that's about 3,500. So cut that in half, 17. So we'll say 32,000 or 30. Yeah, they wish. 3,200. I think that's reasonable. Now with Piccolo is able to octuple, times 8 his power within the span of the year while looking after Gohan and while training Gohan while doing his own training. With Goku there and Gohan there, I think, but he's also stronger too, so it might slow his progression just a little bit. I'd say let's go with just an even. I can't go 10. That's just way too high. I would say maybe we'll stick with the 8 because he is stronger and therefore his growth might be a little slowed. But with Goku there, yeah, actually, frankly, 10 doesn't seem out of the realm of possibility. Or does it? That's a tough call. Because in one hand, the multipliers of training can get really weird, but on the other hand, it would make sense. So why don't we just say around 8? We'll keep it at the 8 for being fair, because again, he's way stronger than his canon counterpart right now. But that might slow his progression a little bit. But with hardcore training, I think it would level out. So times 8 that, which comes out to I think. 14,400 because times 10 would be 18,000. You take off 20% of that, and there you go. And then Goku. Goku's going to be the real question in this, isn't he? Goku's power is already at 1,000 at his full power right now, but he's got the benefit of training with both 2 people stronger than him. He's always a quick learner. He's always pretty quick to progress, and he took it. But there's no gravity training, so he can't take a full 20. I would think, though, that a full 10 is not out of the realm of possibility. I think for Goku, a 10 is actually really reasonable, which would put him at rough. Actually, no, 10 would actually be lowballing if I were to be honest. I think Goku. Actually, I think 15. Let's actually say 15 because that would put him above Piccolo, but not by much. It would actually make sense for progression, for the sake of progression. That times 15 would make sense. And they might even stop off at Kami's lookout a little bit and train with the gang every now and then. I don't think it would affect the gang very much, but it would affect them maybe a little bit. So let's put Goku at 15 and Piccolo at about 14, 600 or 14, 400. So we're at the 12. I think I can probably squeeze through this for the remainder of the Saiyan saga. So Vegeta and Nappa show up eventually. Goku, Piccolo, and Gohan are ready. Everyone's ready. They meet up, and Vegeta and Nappa both show up, and they're just there's go Kakarot, I see. And those readings are useless. They can hide the power levels. So yeah, the Piccolo and Goku can both sense their strength and can sense that they could easily take out Nappa. Vegeta's the one that honestly they're gonna have to team up against. So they pretty much say that they're going to we'll take you on, and the rest of you guys can take Nappa on. So they're gonna skip the Cybermen thing because they got Vegeta and Piccolo there already to take Vegeta on, or they got Piccolo and Goku there to take Vegeta on. So they're just gonna say go 2-on-2, 2-on-1 against Vegeta, and then everyone is just gonna take on with Nappa. So the fight goes down, and they all power up, and immediately they get their power level readings. Nappa's definitely impressed with all the minor fires, and then Vegeta is actually like, whoa, 15 and you're almost 15. He is 50,000. Impressive. So the fight begins, and right off the bat, remember Vegeta's down at full power. Full power is around 18,000, but they double team them double teaming him, and they're only about 1,000 below him, a little more for Piccolo's sake. That is a really hard fight for Vegeta because both these guys are extremely skilled fighters who are close to his power. So he's doing the best he can. He's able to get hits and definitely just boom, knocks him. But then when he's able to hit one's able to maybe kick him in the neck or get him in the side. He blasts both of them. They're got those what was it? Burns and singes and just things. But then Piccolo comes in, blasts. Back and forth. Vegeta's on a losing end. He powers up the full, so now he's got a bit of an upper hand, but it's not by much. It's really not. So again, 2-on-1 in this case is actually in their favor. They're able to really get a good fight in and actually do some damage on Vegeta. But Vegeta, as he powers up, is just starting to do more damage to them. They're huffing and puffing. Both of them are. Meanwhile, the fight with Nappa and the gang's going on. And unlike with the Cybermen, where everyone was kind of dead, or one of them was dead just after the Cybermen, that's not the case because Gohan can now fight without getting scared, and everyone's alive. So they're all just ganging up on him. And they're still not really winning, but they're not losing as bad. Like Tien, first off, doesn't lose his arm because Gohan's there. And Gohan is at least kind of close to Nappa. In terms of not super close, but he's around 3,000. I would even put him maybe 3,300, let's say, which is a little below Piccolo, and he was losing terribly. I don't get that discrepancy. That discrepancy I've never gotten. Piccolo supposedly has 3,500. Nappa was at 4,500 difference, and Nappa was owning him. I don't get that. Gohan's the one who's really pushing Nappa the hardest of them. But every now and then, one of the others will come in, and Yamcha throws his homing energy blast at him, so just choo. And then, catches him off guard, hits him in the face, and then Shungiko, and then blasts him. And it doesn't kill him because he's not in such a bad way like he was the last time, but it hurts Nappa, definitely. Just, it's like, why are you little? All of a sudden he hears the buzzsaw of his Destructo Disc, and he gets out of the way, but Shin takes his arm off. You little mascot! And then Gohan comes in with a Kamehameha that his dad luckily taught him. Nappa's now just there, missing an arm. And then he powers up to his full power, which admittedly would not be his full power anymore. He'd probably be more like 7,000 or 6,500 because he has a missing arm. He's actually really hurt at this point. But now they realize, now he just starts barreling through them, just boom, 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 boom. Because none of them have power close enough to him, and he probably doesn't. Chaozu tries sacrificing himself. It hurts Nappa at this point because he's still hurt. He's missing an arm. He's probably bleeding out, honestly, though he could probably cauterize his wound if he wants. So, and it's like, no! And then, Tien does the sacrificial move, and again, it's nearly effective enough to take him down, but Nappa's just like, you're making me so mad! And then just blast that energy blast out of his mouth and just takes out Tien. So Tien and Chaozu are both dead. Yamcha's about to bite it as well, but then at that point, Gohan's like, no! And then does that rage boost, which pretty much puts him about like the 9,000 temporarily, and just at that point just incinerates Nappa, just ashes there. Everyone just takes a moment to. Luckily, they do have some senzu beans from Kami, I believe. Why didn't they take them to begin with? I don't know. So the few of them that are around, they recover. Now it's Piccolo versus Goku and Vegeta, and just event. Now Vegeta at this point is probably really on the back end of the. He's kind of done at this point. He's like, because while they're all in pain and just everything, they've been able to dish out more just because there's more of them. It's 2-on-1. Vegeta at this point is like, damn it now, but fine. Screw this, Kakarot. Everyone dies. I'm Gone. And then Goku's just like, Kamehameha. And I'm trying to remember what the whole official power rating is supposed to be. I believe it's supposed to be like 40,000 for Goku, 30,000 for Vegeta or something like that. When he had the Kaioken Titans 4 on for his base power, which would put him at 32,000. And that's an extra 8. So I'm trying to think power level wise what the whole equivalency is in terms of what that was. I think it basically was doubling his power. That's what it was doing. It was doubling his power from his base, and then it's a weird math. Let's just say it would double his overall power. So and then Piccolo's charging special beam cannon. He's doing as long as he can. Goku and Vegeta are clashing. Goku's starting to lose the fight though because Vegeta's just just overall stronger. And they're both tired. But Piccolo's just been charging it long enough, so basically he's tripled his power. So now you're looking at a power level in terms of the attack of like 42,000. He charges through that. It just drills through, because that's what it does. It drills through Goku's Kamehameha as it's struggling through the Galaga, and then just comes in. And Vegeta briefly sees it in color and just and tries to power through, but it's not doing it, and just and then just. And then he's nothing. Just stab it. And then just huffing and puffing, and the fight is done. And they took out the Saiyans. They took him out. So how is this going to affect the overall Dragon Ball universe now? Oh, there's going to be some changes now. We'll get to that in part 2, though. Until then, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. Ideas for would win, Star Wars, Spare Magic, What If, anything I do on the channel, put that in the comments below. A discussion video. We'll get to it at some point. This week, I'm going to try to do either Bad Times at the El Royale or First Man. Halloween, obviously. One of my regulars has been requesting me to review that for so long. I can't review it until it comes out, but trust me, I will review it. So, yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time.